Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here tonight, here on this show, and I'm going to talk about a little bit of NASCAR. I want to talk about the Xfinity Series race. Well, I'm not really doing a full review of the race, because I always had it in my notes. Probably wasn't planning to do one, but I wanted to do one for the NASCAR Xfinity Series playoff race, elimination race, Martinsville, and I mostly want to talk about the last lap, and then what happened. The comments made by Austin Hill and Sheldon Creed after the race, and then Richard Childress made some comments. So I want to get into all that, unpack all that, since I'm not doing a Duke Louisville recap because that game was shit. Duke didn't fucking score, so I'm not going to waste my time doing that. I'd rather talk about this. So, in case you know what happened, overtime restart, 2 to go. Austin Hill didn't even have to win. He could just, finish second, falling behind Sheldon Creed on the last lap, but he didn't. And, ended up both losing. So Sheldon Creed bumped Creed with 2 to go. He was able to get back clear of Creed on the white flag with 1 to go. He bumps him up the track. They're side by side. Austin Hill kind of doors him into 3, which causes Creed probably to overshoot the corner and has to slow down in order to not go up near the wall and pretty much fuck over his chance at winning. I mean, Hill could just ran the outside there and finished second, and they both would have advanced. And then, instead, Hill has no power steering or something, no steering after he runs to the back of Creed. He said, Creed brake checked. He never did. I mean, you have to slow down to make the corner, because where he doored him, he probably didn't have the angle to make the fucking corner. So I don't get where he was trying to say, he brake checked me. I mean, He didn't fucking brake check. I mean, he has to brake there in order to not go up towards the wall. I mean, I just don't get what he was trying to say. I mean, to me, that was just kind of him being, crying a little bit right there. And I don't know why people act like he kept brake checking. People are like, parking at 3 and 4. I don't know why people act like he brake checked. You think he slowed up on purpose? I mean, why would he do that? It looked like he just didn't get off the corner well when Austin Hill doored him. And he also has Hill's tire in his door at the time. That doesn't help the corner. The lap before the same thing happened, he was struggling in those corners. It wasn't just that lap he was slowing down. Like, he was struggling on that last corner throughout the last bit of the race. The lap before the same thing happened. He just did not have that much speed and struggling in those corners. So I'm kind of lost what he was saying, or people trying to bring up the point, that trying to say, he's right. I mean, he's not. I mean, I don't know why people say, check the data. Like, he's not going to just pull over. He went into a hot turn covered with oil, and he had to get the car slowed down so it would turn. I mean, there's no data. I don't know how people say, the data. Where's your data then? Just trying to point that out. And then he acted surprised he was way tight in the middle of the corner, and he doored him to the left to narrow on the entry in 3. He was unexpectedly dooring and totally missed the bottom. He was waiting for the car to turn before gassing up and get off the corner. That's why he wasn't on the bottom to begin with. He just turned dead left into him. It would make zero sense to brake check with a win in front of him with the competitive nature of drivers and get into the Champ 4. He was racing for a win in Final 4 spot, but yet he brake checked his teammate. So I swear, the logic of some NASCAR fans are fucking brutal sometimes. But I swear, people are just either just fucking biased towards Austin Hill, or they actually don't know racing. But honestly, Creed raced fairly and actually pretty respectfully, because he could have just spun out Austin Hill. He could have just spun him out, made the Champ 4. Instead, he just bumped him like a typical short track race. I don't see what he did wrong. He was racing in the Final 4. If Austin Hill lets him win, finishes P2, be a team player, they both make the Champ 4. Instead, he doors him into 3 and acts surprised when he's slow in 4. When he's missed the bottom after getting doored. But, I don't know, that's just my opinion. I know Austin Hill said in his interview or something he put on Twitter, he basically said, he had the right to move me up the track. The problem is, he completely stops in the middle of the corner, causing him to get all the damage. Well, if you don't door him down the corner, you don't get that damage. He has to slow the car down in order to get it to turn instead of going way up the track, like I've mentioned. And I thought out of the interview, Sheldon Creed was the more professional. Showed a lot of maturity in that interview. Austin Hill was kind of just a dickhead in that interview. I'm just being brutally honest. If you want to disagree with me, that's fine, but I'm just being brutally honest, giving my thoughts. And we aren't listening, Austin Hill. Like, you wrote it for the both of you, and caused them both to miss the Final Four in a super disrespectful interview. And a lot of people are going to lose respect for Austin Hill, which is rightfully deserved. And RCR as a whole, which I haven't mentioned yet, which I'll get into. But it's an L. He sent into the turn and got tight. If he didn't slow down, he would have clobbered the wall. Would you rather him clobber the wall? And he didn't even engage the contact into turn 3. It was Austin Hill who just drove straight into his door. And we'll have to talk about more of the Austin Hill comments he made as well. But he wouldn't have been that close if he didn't choke the restart, spun the tires there, Mr. Hill. He wouldn't have had to stop in the middle of the course if he didn't fucking door him. But it's like, go cry. If you were a real teammate, you would have been okay with finishing second. Because you both would have made the Final Four. Now, neither of you are in it. Way to go, Austin Hill. It's like, you're in the speedy drying oil. You're gonna probably miss the corner as you're getting doored as well. And I didn't even get to Andy Petrie yet. I didn't get to Mr. Andy Petrie yet and Richard Childress. RCR handled this completely wrong. From Austin Hill to RC to Andy Petrie. And it just shows Austin Hill's the golden boy now of RCR. Everything gets blamed on the other driver that's in an incident with Austin Hill. That's why RC is just, he lets the late drivers go. Kevin Harvick, for example. Tyler Reddick. Just for his Dylan boys. But sometimes it's okay to be wrong. If he would have just admitted he was wrong, it would have been fine. But instead he goes on fucking Twitter and cries a temper tantrum. And if that's the case, tuck in, you both get fight for a championship. No, you don't. But, oh well. That's really all to say about that first portion. Now, we get to Andy Petrie. Andy Petrie. So, he goes up to Sheldon Creed on pit road. And he was not happy with Sheldon Creed after that finish. And Sheldon Creed explained in his interview that Andy Petrie was not happy with how he raced the 21. Because God forbid somebody race their golden boy for the win when they need it. And he didn't even need to fucking win. That's what I don't get. Like, okay, just finish second. What's bad with finishing second? You make the champ 4. Instead, you risk that getting wrecked and not making it. But at this point, it's not surprised. But I don't know why Andy Petrie was mad. Like, would you just want him to let Austin Hill win and not even make a move for the win? I mean, I'm glad Sheldon Creed's leaving RCR because it seems like a toxic place now. I think Jesse Love might be regretting that decision because if he has any incidents with Austin Hill, RCR is just going to blame him instead of Austin Hill if Austin Hill was clearly in the wrong. But it's clear that Hill's their golden boy. Has Sheldon Creed wrecked some people throughout his career? Done some dumb things? Yes. But he hasn't this year. And we'll talk more about Austin Hill and some comments he made. So Andy Petrie's in the wrong, going up basically telling Sheldon Creed, you shouldn't have been racing 21 that way for the win. You shouldn't have bumped him up the track. And basically saying he should have let him win. But yeah, stay classy. I won't be surprised if Sheldon's will be out of the 2. After what Richard RC said. We'll talk about his comments in a second. But I don't think people say, oh, nobody respects Creed. No, it's just because they're it's because Austin Hill's their golden boy. It's why he dipped out there. Because it's just so frustrating. Like, Gibbs or RCR, a professional organization with Art Gibbs, or a shit show good old boy organization. And I'm not even anywhere close to a Joe Gibbs fan, but that's more of a professional organization right now than the RCR organization on the Xfinity side. I think it's a better opportunity for Creed. But the front stretch interview, oh, this is where it gets even more frustrating. So, basically, what Austin Hill said in the interview, the other interview from front stretch, is he basically said, I cannot wait for him to go over to Joe Gibbs Racing so I don't have to deal with this shit no more. He basically calls him a horrible teammate. Look, he's just whining about being raced. Jesse Love is going to have his work cut for him. I'm not even hating on Jesse Love. It's just, if he has an incident with Austin Hill, they're going to blame him and say, oh, this is the stupidest driver we've had, or whatever. But he literally helped you at multiple super speedway wins this year. And you want a better teammate? You're just a bully who wants everyone to bend over backwards for you, and you only. And it's going to be worse because he's going to race you harder knowing you're not teammates. So you have a target on your back next year. He's still going to be in the Xfinity series. He's going to race you even harder next year. Don't know if he realizes that. Probably not. But I realize that. And it was your fault. Your fault. Just being a little crybaby. Instead of 2 cars making a chance for you, cost your team, your RCR organization, not having any in the champ for. Go cry about it. He's helped him at multiple super speedways, but yet terrible teammate. Go cry me a river. He's gonna have a lot of his shit. He's gonna have to deal with a lot of his shit when Craig goes over to JGR and hopefully whoops his ass every week. It just seems like a selfish brat to me. But, yeah, it's just unserious racing organization. Just a total lack of professionalism on that part. Just zero situational awareness. But yeah, those are all the comments from Austin Hill's side on Twitter, the interviews, just my thoughts overall in general. But there's still one more thing I want to talk about. Ooh, this one gets even more infuriating. One more thing I'll say about that conversation Creed explained with Andy Petrie's basically saying if Austin Hill did that to Sheldon Creed, roles reversed, they wouldn't say nothing, which he's 100% right. If that roles reversed, they wouldn't say shit. It's just the truth. But yeah, let's get his last thing. So, Dustin Long put out a tweet, which is the article to the NBCSports.com thing. And he said he talked with coroner Richard Childress after that chaotic last lap, which saw both Sheldon Creed and Austin Hill fail to advance, and he was basically upset. And there's a quote from this story which really infuriated me. He said, I'd had drivers drive for me before, but nobody as stupid as Sheldon Creed. Says the guy that employs Austin Dillon on his Cup team. And you've employed John West Townley before on your team. Like, you're saying Sheldon Creed was as stupid as John West Townley. Like, are you kidding me? Has he had moments throughout his career? Yes. But every driver has moments throughout their career where they drive stupid. He's not their stupidest driver they've ever had. The organization's just toxic. Childress is old and bitter. Just let him have his headline. But honestly, I thought it was just stupid comments. I've lost all respect for RCR. Remember, me Greenside drives from, so we know that's a lie. But remember, it's a wild comment given he's kept time sport how many years with his money? And also, never forget how he caused the scene when Reddick decided to accept a better opportunity. And also remember when he ran Kevin Harvick off that team, because of his boys, Dillon boys, and I wonder why it's a revolving door at RCR. Dillon daycare, no sport it seems, and the only drivers they care for are Austin Dillon, Ty Dillon, and then fucking Austin Hill. Zero respect. Same with Reddick. They focus on one driver and the other gets no respect. It's like they focus more on Austin Dillon probably than Tyler Reddick. And there's a reason Kevin Harvick left that team when he was in RCR. It's because of the Dillon boys. I mean, I lost all respect when he agreed with his nephews bashing Harvick publicly. That's why he left that team. I mean, I'm just being honest. If you hate what I'm saying, it's just the truth. I'm just stating facts. But honestly, that's really all I have to say about all this shit. But yeah, all I have to that's really the end of this video. I'll have to talk about. It's like a 15-minute video. I've talked about a lot, but yeah, it's all to say for this. Just fuck RCR and fuck Austin Hill. Peace.